Good morning. It's 6:25 now. It's Friday morning, so that means it's day 4, and I woke up at 6. I planned on waking up earlier. I wanted to wake up around 5:30 and hit the trail before 6, around 6, but I woke up around 4:30. I didn't set an alarm. I just kind of went with it, and I guess I fell back asleep. Ugh, no, spiderweb. I went back to sleep, and then I guess, unfortunately for me, I slept a little later than expected. But I woke up at 6, and I'm out of camp by 6:25. So I'm pretty happy with that. My goal was 6:30. I said I should be able to pack up and leave within 30 minutes. Can't see the spider webs now, so I keep walking into them. Our goal today is to do 16.6 miles, so I would have liked to have that extra 30-40 minutes to walk. I'd like to be done like yesterday. I'd love to be done by 3 o'clock or so, but we'll see. I'm gonna turn around and let you see what it looks like. I realize it's a little dark still, but this is where I'm rising a little bit, so but had a good night overall. No rain came, fortunately. It did get a little chilly. Probably once the sun went down, obviously it got a little better. And then probably around midnight or so, it got a little chilly. I actually put my feet in my sleeping bag. But I was sweating most of the night. But it's like you're too cold without something on you, and you're too hot with it. So I had broken up sleep. I woke up for a while. I was up for like about an hour or two. I actually listened to a podcast and then fell back asleep. So I guess I got pretty good sleep. I'm sure I was tired from the day before because I don't think I slept very well. So definitely needed it. And got everything I need done. I got my food ready. I have probably a little less than a liter of water still. I drank a little bit before I started. I'm holding on to some of it, so I should be able to get to the next water source. Which I think is about 7 miles. So that's about 2-3 hours hiking. And anytime I see water now at this point, I'll stock up. There may be something a little sooner, but I'm not expecting it. It's not reliable. So the sun should be coming up soon. It's so different than when I was here in January, because the trees didn't have their leaves. So even though the trees were there, you had more views. So that's what's kind of surprised me. I remember seeing the valley more, and I definitely know there's something out there because I could see lights last night out there, but it's just so hard to see through the trees that you really couldn't see much. So that's it. We're gonna keep on moving. My first snakes on the trail this trip. Just happened to see them squirming around. Had to put the light on them to make them come out in the picture. The tent site didn't work bad last night. I only found myself in the far end of the corner of the tent like about twice. And a couple of times I just, every once in a while I would wake up, I would just push myself back up, and then slowly over the next hour or two I would slip down a little bit. But it definitely worked. So, it doesn't have to be a perfect site. It just has to work. Sometimes you have to compromise. And I came to the power lines, so you got a little view. That's the valley below. It's all filled with fog, obviously, and this is where the sun's going to come up. You can see the glow in the sky, but once again, it's all covered with clouds and fog, so it'll be a while before the sun comes up over that. But it's still a beautiful sight, as you're basically like right on top of the clouds, even with them. And I've only gone about 0.2 or 0.3 miles, and I'm at is like, I think 1,900 feet or 1,800 feet high. So not that high comparatively, but. And it's a beautiful rock outcropping out here. If I was adventurous, I'd climb out there and sit and eat or something. But not going to happen for me. So we're going to continue on the trail. I'm at the top of an overlook and a rocky outcrop. And this would be a good view, but it still looks good even with the clouds and the fog. Absolutely beautiful still. Just a different type of beauty. This is where I should have camped last night. Would have been a lot better. I forgot to set my watch when I left camp, so I probably walked it like at least half a mile before I started it. You can see the sun's already up above the trees over there, and I'm gonna keep climbing up. After this, I know I start coming down, so do the work now, enjoy down later. It's about 7:45 now. I've been walking for a little over an hour. Not an hour and a half, but close to it. Gone about 2 miles probably, maybe more. I can't really tell because I forgot to set my watch on time, but I'm coming up on should be approaching mile 50 shortly. So this is the terrain. It's actually opened up a little bit. Not quite so rocky and tight. And been basically going up and down, very moderate changes in elevation. So looks like I'm descending a little bit here. I know I join up with the road a little later on, and there's wait until I get to some power lines shortly. So just figured I'd show you what I'm looking at. So, but it's quite cool. Every once in a while there's a little breeze when you get to the top, but still quite humid. This is the view, still in the clouds. Sun hasn't burned them off yet. It made them rise up. It's 8:35. I'm at a view, but obviously, as I said, there's clouds and fog here. It's at mile 51.7. So just gonna keep moving on. And here I am walking down the trail, back in the fog. I don't know if it rained a little bit or if it was just moisture coming from the trees. So I got a little wet, but not too bad. It sounded like it was rain, but I can't be sure. So this would be a nice campsite right here. Looks like somebody made a ring of stones or something. Okay. So I'm at mile 52.6. I got about another 2.2 till I come to some water source. There may be some water jugs at the trailhead. I'm hoping there are. I still have about half a liter. I'm probably gonna finish that up shortly, and that should take me to the next water source. So, okay, I'm at mile 54.9. I found a stream over here, so I'm able to get water. So I'm gonna camel up and drink a little bit, and I'm gonna filter, and then I'm gonna continue on. It's waiting for the clock to roll around. It's almost 10 o'clock. It's 9:54. So doing good. Check in again later. Okay, I just finished my water replenishment. My goal is to make it to mile 63.7 today. So I got about 9 miles to go today left. So we're gonna start, I'm gonna pack everything up, get the water back in the backpack, and hit the trail again. So I have a nice little crossing here. I have a feeling I'm getting wet, and a nice little waterfall. It's not big, but it's beautiful in its own way. So I'd like you to see the mud pit behind me that I just tried to go around along that bank over there. Didn't work out too well. I ended up falling in on both feet, and as you can tell, I got a little muddy, but it is what it is. Okay, check in again later. So I'm coming up on a trailhead. I'm at mile 58.9. Here's the sign leading the other way, where I just came from. So we're gonna keep on going. Let me show you what I see. And there's a trail. I can hear the highway. I think it's Ashland or Asheville Gap. And it's a highway as well. So, but I can hear cars. So I know I'm very close. I'm about 0.1 or 0.2 away from the trailhead. Been in the forest most of the time. There was a little sun there. I took my hat and my buff off today because it's just so hot with it. Even though the hat protects me, it does keep spiders off my head. I just figured it was hotter with it on than without it. So I decided to take it off. I can see the road and cars going. So I may take a little break here. I'll have to see. And I'll figure out how much I have to go, but I figure I'm at least halfway for my distance today. Oops, sorry about that. It's 11:45. Okay, it's Porter's Gap Trailhead. I'm gonna walk over here in the shade a little bit and maybe have a little drink, and then I'll figure out how much further I have to go and start my walking. Hopefully within the next 4 hours or so, I'll be where I need to be, if not less than that. Well, I just crossed the highway at Porter's Gap, and I decided to just keep moving. Better to move slow than take time and take a break. Someone, I guess, thought they're doing a nice thing. They're leaving food out here, some trail magic. The problem is that animals will be attracted to that, maybe come by and it'll get ruined. So, but that's that. So we're gonna keep on going. Got about 5.8, I think, or 6 miles I'm gonna do today, more. Okay, I decided I'm gonna do, it looks like I'm gonna go to a campsite at 5.2 miles from here. I believe there's water there as well. And so I should be good with everything I need to make it that far. I don't think I'll go further than that, but I figure that's about 2.5 to 3 hours of walking. I've been averaging about 2 miles per hour, a little bit better. So that'll take me around the 3 o'clock originally that I was aiming for, but I definitely want to be where I'm going by 4. So I'm gonna keep moving. Feel good, I'm just a little tired, but doing well otherwise. Got a sign coming up. Let's see where we're going. Okay, and there it shows all the distances that are coming up. I'm not going to be able to make it as far as Adams Gap or Clearmont today, but I'll try do somewhere in between. I'm at mile 60.8. This nice rock outcropping. There's supposed to be some views. I think the trail goes right through it, and then maybe on the other side there's some views. With the trees, I'm not sure what'll happen, but making good time. I got a couple of miles left to go for the day. It's 12:45. Let's go through them together. We'll take a trip through the rocks. Not much of a view with the trees in the way, but We're on the top of the mountain, though, that's for sure. It's a little bit in the distance, but obviously in the winter, you'd have a much better view. So here I am on the top. A little bit of a tough climb, pretty steady up right now. Hopefully, since I'm at the top, I'll be going down. I know I'm coming toward a creek very shortly, so where I can get water. So I'm assuming I'm going down into a depression where there's a river with a creek, and I'll be able to get water. I'm at mile 61.7 Skyline Drive, and I got a little bit of a road walk to cross over a bridge. I don't think it's very far. It's about 10 minutes after 1 right now, so we're doing good. Doesn't seem to be very heavily traveled so far. The bridge, which crosses over a creek, I'm gonna replenish my water and take that to the campsite. There's supposed to be water at the campsite, but just in case, I'd rather have water than not have it. So, better safe than sorry. Okay, I'm coming down to some train tracks, and you can see the little bridge going over the creek. And there's supposedly a way down on the far side where I can fill up on water. And I'm crossing over Talladega Creek. Supposedly I'm gonna go down a little bit. The water looks a little murky. It's a little muddy because it's churned up. So I don't know how that's gonna go with filtering, but I'm gonna try and get some. So I need some for tonight, just in case. Thank you, Gut Hooks. They said there's this pipe here with water. As you can see, it's here. So I'm gonna get some water here. I'm gonna put my pack down and replenish my water. Take a little break. It's 2 o'clock. I got 1 mile left to make it to the campsite. I was up on a mountain top, so I took the chance and was able to get signal. And I called Cheeha State Park to make sure that they would have a room available in the hotel. I said Sunday, but there's always a possibility if I push tomorrow and do a really long day, I can make it there. But I'll see. I'll probably go with my plan. So, but they said there would be no problem. I didn't need to make a reservation. They have plenty of rooms available. So it looks like I'm gonna go Sunday morning into Cheeha State Park, spend the day there, probably get a good night's sleep in a bed, and push on to Heflin, hopefully 2 days later. So that's just an update. I should be at camp, in about 20 minutes or 30 minutes. I do have a big climb coming up. I'm looking at it right ahead, and you can see it there. It's a couple hundred feet. So, but not too bad. So, nothing we haven't done before, and we will be doing again. It's about 2:30, and I've arrived at what's going to be my campsite for the night. I'm just going to find a place to pitch my tent. The stream is not really much to go by. I'm going to look around to see if there's more water, but it's mostly standing. It's not flowing. So I'm really glad that I picked up some water earlier. I'm going to try and stay up here so that I'm not so close to the stream. Some other people have put down there's been a mosquito problem. So I'm pretty sure if I stay up here a little bit higher, hopefully that'll be a little bit better for me. Okay, I'll check in as I set up. So this is going to be my campsite for today. I've walked 17 miles today. I'm probably going to do something similar tomorrow, maybe a little bit less. This is where I'm going to set up my tent. Basically, I'm just drying it out. The bottom is all wet from last night. Someone's taken the liberty of making a nice fire ring with some stones, and looks like either seats or tables or both here. So I probably won't make a fire. I usually don't bother. Sometimes it's not worth it. I like the idea of it, but it's a lot of work, and then you know, I gotta stay up for a little bit. I'm by myself, so I don't really probably see me doing that tonight. So that's it. I'm gonna set up the tent here a little bit, and once it's dry out, I'll get settled in, do all my things I need to do. So by 4 or 5 o'clock, I should have had my dinner. So there's a stream over there where I can get water, so there are water sources here, but it's not flowing very well. There's a couple of pools. They look pretty clear. I'm assuming they're pretty recent because of the rain here. So I'm probably going to get some water out of there, and I'll filter it so I can replenish my water tonight and tomorrow morning when I leave. I like leaving out of here with full water. One, because nothing is guaranteed. I've come across a lot of water sources today that are, you know, seasonal or have been totally dry. So even though they're seasonal and it rained recently, there's really no water in them. So I don't want to bank on them. Reliable water sources are very important, but it's better to have water with you, especially in this hot, humid weather. I believe it was around 80 degrees today, and that's pretty much going to be the trend for the next couple of days, staying around the 80-degree mark during the day as the high, and dropping down to, you know, mid-60s or low 60s at night. So knee and the ankle are good. Haven't had any problems. The trail's been very good, very passable. There's a couple of blowdowns, but nothing that you can't get past. You know, you just have to go around them or climb over a tree that's down. So I'm going to do the things like I said I need to do. So I'm going to go get water probably first. I'll probably find a branch and hang up my line so I can put my food bag up tonight. And of course, most importantly, get my tent situated and staked out and all set up, so I can lay out my things, let them dry a little bit. I might actually wash off some stuff here, take some water from the stream and try and wipe down a little bit because I feel really salty and sweaty. So that's it. After I'm done with that, I'm gonna make some dinner, and then I'll probably start looking at the map and figure out what I'm gonna do tomorrow, see if I'm gonna change my plan or keep with it. Okay, I've gotten water. This is what I usually typically do. I hang up it high, and that gravity helps filter the water faster. So you can see already there's some grit in the water, and it's collected at the bottom. I have about a little over between, you know, half and 1 liter left. I filled up my bottles already. There, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but hanging from that tree directly in front of you, you'll see an orange line. That's my Z line from Z-Packs. It's highly reflective orange. And that's for my bear bag, my food bag. I keep saying bear bag, just a habit. This is the campsite. So I got my tent, it's all set up, all my stuff's inside. I just got to inflate my mattress, still to go. I'm cooking on this rock here, makes a good table. And I've got my rest of my stuff set up over there where I'm using that rock as a seat. Basically for now, I'm gonna sit there and probably eat. And then I'll probably go in my tent. I'm gonna go down to the stream a little bit. I'm gonna find a little water. I'm gonna get some water. I'm gonna wash my socks out. I finally took my socks off today. Look at them, no blisters. I'm very happy to report. And I am making my food right here. Got my stove going, waiting for the water to boil. And today we're gonna have hearty beef stew. I hope it's good. I think I might have had it before. I don't remember if I liked it or I didn't like it. It might have been a little too peppery for me, but I generally like beef stew. So I have the mac and cheese, and after I opened this, I was like, I really should have the mac and cheese, but I'll save that for tomorrow. That'll be my last meal. I'm still hoping to make chiha the day after, which would be Sunday. So today was a good day. I walked about 17 miles. I definitely feel it. I don't think I can make it. I mean, I think I can push to chiha tomorrow. It's 20-something miles, but I just think I'm torturing myself, and I definitely feel it. There's no doubt in my mind that I was done today. I was really glad when campsite was here, because I'm done. There's a bee on my hand here flying around. So I think I'm going to stick with that plan. Tomorrow do another 15, 16, something like that. That'll set me up for the following morning to go into Chiha State Park. I already called today, as I said, and they have rooms, so I'm not worried about that. So I'll definitely get a place. If I can get there early, I'll be able to drop my stuff in the room, maybe go visit the mountaintop, get some photos, definitely go to the restaurant before it closes, resupply at the store, and then get back to my room, hopefully shower, rest. Hopefully I'll be able to do laundry there as well, and then prepare to push off to Heflin. The podcast definitely helped. Haven't been in my head as much. Distracts me. I still have thoughts. I think about everything. My life, my family, people that have helped me, people that I've probably not been nice to, done some bad things to, just maybe mistreated or wasn't a good friend when I could have been or should have been. You have a lot of time with yourself, so you can work out some problems. I don't know if it helps or not. Definitely, I think it makes you a better person. Hopefully I go back and I still want to be a better person. It's hard. The rat race pulls you in. There's always drama, between work, mostly work, family and stuff like that. But, I think I come back, a little well-rested, a little recharged, mentally in a better place. So this time out here definitely gives you some benefits. There's no doubt about it. And it obviously depends on the type of person you are. But I think for most people, getting out in nature and seeing all this and just enjoying it is a plus. Obviously, I wish I could have a bed every night and a shower every night. I don't mind really sleeping in a tent. It's hot though. It's still hot. I never seem to get the temperature right in my sleeping bag. I'm always either too hot or too cold. It never seems to be right. But you know what? It's a small price to pay for what I'm doing. And some days when I start walking, I think to myself, what am I doing out here? But, I just keep moving on and I do it again the next day. So it must be something to it, right? I can't explain it though. But I just know that it's something I guess I push myself to do. I want to do or I push myself to do. So hasn't reached the point that I no longer want to do it. So I'm still doing it. But it's not for everyone. And I admit, there's a big advantage to doing day hikes or short runs, or getting picked up and getting shuttled back to a hostel every night. It is tempting. It's hard to break out of your life, in the quote real world, where you can shower, you have a fridge, soda, food, everything's available to you. This is definitely a little harder existence, but with planning, it's not that big of a deal. And you know what? All the equipment you buy and everything doesn't make you a better hiker or something. It's really what you have in you. It's your heart, your desire to do this. The equipment makes it easier or harder, but it doesn't make you want to come out here any more or less. I don't care if if obviously a lighter backpack makes it easier for you to do this and more pleasurable. But if, look at some of the people that have done amazing things with minimal equipment or, hardly any equipment at all. So it doesn't matter, purchasing the top of the line backpack won't make you go out and hike a trail, or succeed if it's not within you to do it. So, okay, that's me on my soapbox. So that's why I say to people, if you want to do it, get out and do it. What are you waiting for? Today's the day. Okay, I rinsed off my socks with some water and some Dr. Bronner's. So I'm letting them dry on this rock. Hopefully I'll get sun for a little while and they'll dry a little bit. If not, I'll just put them on wet tomorrow. Obviously I'll have to get up a little early and tape my feet again. And for those people that know me, like especially my wife and my children, here is proof that I am wearing sandals. I rinsed my feet off. I soaked them in the stream. It's not really a stream, it's like a pool of water a little bit. So washing the socks, what you can do is you take them, you put them in a plastic bag, you put some water from the stream. I just took it right out of the stream. It was clear enough, I'm not drinking it. And I put some Dr. Bronner's in there. Close the bag, you agitate it, you see the dirt coming out of it, the salt and the dirt, and I just dump it out. And then I did it again, rinsed it, dumped it out. Pretty good. I think it's a buy again. I'll have to try Mountain House and compare them. One of the better meals I've had compared to yesterday. A protein bar would be great. So I can't complain about that. another good day on the trail. So I finished that beef stew. It was good. Good to the last drop, to quote someone else. I'm eating these sweet tart cherry punch ropes, which are pretty good. Nice and sweet. A lot of calories. I'm then going to brush my teeth. And I'm going to put my food bag up with my garbage up in the tree for the night. And I'm going to get inside my tent. And then I'll maybe start editing a video. And maybe listen to a podcast to pass the time, maybe some music. Once again, didn't see anybody today on the trail. The only person that came close enough to actually say hello to or wave at, I didn't say hello, well, they couldn't have heard me if I said hello anyway, was a person in a car that drove by me on a road. Other than that, I have not seen a single person today. Hygiene's important, right? So here's the food bag. Here's all my garbage from the last 2.5 days, 3 days on the trail. And here's my toothpaste, toothbrush. Everything goes in there. Anything smellable, generally, goes in there. So my food bag fell down. The branch wasn't strong enough. It actually slid off and then it fell down. So I just found another branch, not quite as good, but it's getting late and I don't want to keep taking time. And I managed to tie a rock to my rope and throw it over. I'm going to use this one and I'm hoping this will hold. And there it is, hanging in the air. So just going to take care of some of the things I need to do, the normal camp routines. So I'm going to get water, look for a branch around here to put a food bag up. Oh, sorry, sun's in your eyes. There we go, let me step in some shade. There we go. Not that you want to see me anyway.